Hello everyone, I am Brewcrick. You can call me Brew. Welcome back to Star Citizen. It's another noob waffle where a noob flies spaceships and waffles about them. Today we are looking at the Canet Bounty and specifically the Constellation Andromeda. Yes, it can. It can VHRT like nothing else. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You want a bit? You want a bit more? Right. Well, let's see it completing very high-risk target bounties. But beforehand, you're probably wondering, what the hell am I wearing? Well, I'll tell you what I'm wearing. A goddamn medical suit, because yesterday, during the Ninetales event, which is a really awesome event, by the way, a human player smashed into my beloved Constellation Andromeda. So, first things first, let's not look at my arse. Let's go get some new threads. And I am thinking we're going to Iron Man this up. Okay, I don't know about you, but I think this is an improvement. Haha! Nice one. Very mech armor looking sort of situation we got going on here. Yes, very, very mech armor indeed. My guy likes it. He's nodding. So to the job in hand, we are looking to see if a Constellation Andromeda can do, for a noob like me, VHRT bounties to make money. I'm going to tell you yes it can, because I've flown the ship for years, and I've had a love-hate relationship with this ship. Because for a long time, it had more shield holes in it than a swish, cheese. More shield holes than a swish cheese. And you literally had to move this thing around. Oh. Let's just pause and look at that for a minute. But you had to move this thing around like a fighter because of all the shield holes. Oh, it's beautiful. It's not beautiful. I call all these ships so far beautiful. You know what this is? This is sci-fi, right? This ship is sci-fi. It's what you watched when you were younger, when you were older. What you watched at the weekend, all those space shows, Event Horizon, Firefly, all the new space shows, which are a lot of our balls. This is, and we're seeing it in the dark. We'll look at it properly. We'll take it somewhere with light. But this is sci-fi right here. Like the 600i, it's a bit of a bus to handle. It soaks up the booster. But it has 4 gimbaled size 4 laser repeaters. Rhino laser repeaters. It has exactly, mathematically, 1 to the power of shit ton of missiles. 40 missiles, size 1 and 2. It's got a cargo bay. Oh, goodbye. Oh, I fell off. I fell off the platform. I got shit. Hang on, come back to me. It's got a cargo bay that can haul cargo for you. Hence cargo bay. But it can also store vehicles. It's got two turrets. That your friends can operate with 2 size 2 Badgers, I believe. So 4 extra weapons. Now there's a little nugget under here. Turn our flashlight on. That's missing. We're going to go get that in just a second. Look at the big old guns. You can replace 2 of these size chunky size 4s. You can replace 2 of them. I think it's the ones on top. For 2 size 5 fixed. It's a lot of firepower. You could put 2 of those M7A cannons that we used on the 600i on it. These big old Abrams lens flare VTOL thrusters to help it in atmosphere. So amazing. Big old cargo bay elevator here. Let's just watch this come down. We'll not use this though. Where's the panel? Hello? There's a little panel. There we go, to the back. Up you go. Now, putting stuff on that lift can be treacherous. Oh, where's that red glow coming from? Is it from the planet? Under here we've got the elevator you'll be using all the time. And it's a pressurized elevator, so that's pretty cool. Come on. My guy's just looking ready to board. Alright, baby. The USS Sci-Fi. I haven't actually named any of my ships yet. But you can't go wrong with the constellation Andromeda. Andromeda. I'm going to mess up its name quite a bit. Like, look, we've got 4 bunk beds. We'll do a proper tour when the lights are on. Let's answer that question. Can it bounty hunt? Can it VHRT? We've got new armor. We've got a new ship to try out. Not new to me, but new to you watching, possibly. We've got a noob in the seat. Look at all these MFDs. Look at all the information we can get. Now, because when you're fighting in this, the camera skews about a bit. So I have an interesting MFD setup. I go target status either side up here. My shields in the center. Self status up here. Another target status, shields, and power triangle. Shields are okay in this. Nowhere near as strong as the 600i. I think this uses size 2 shields. From memory. Might use size 3. Someone correct me on that. But again, this is Noob Waffle. You're here to see what it's like to step on this ship. You can step on it if you want. But also to also step in the ship. Day 1, take it out, earn some money. Oh, and it's sci-fi. This ship is so good. Oh. All right. F1. As usual, contracts. Let's get our mercenary on our call to arms. Let's go to bounty hunting. Load up a VHRT. Track it. This thing rolls slow. Look at the right hand side there. 4 round repeaters. Look at the size of the clips. 141 rounds on each of the size 4 guns. Speed up the drive with B. Power to weapons, F5 hold. And we go up to 169 rounds. We can hit G to put on our gimbals. This is going to be a lot of fun to bounty out with. However, slow. This thing, its quantum drive, its maneuverability, even in space, but it is a gunship. You slowly think of it like one of those old cannons, you know, the howitzers. You just twirl this thing around, line it up with its target, press the button, pop. Now, I did a little bit of PvP with this thing, and like the 600i, you'll have a bit more luck with this than the 600i in PvPing. If you've got the 2 turret gunners on, so that the turrets are so cool. Oh, look at this thing. Look at it. So, see just above the canopy, there's like a little, looks like just design work, but there's a little pouch up there. I'll take the turret out later and show you. The turret is hidden inside that. It's protected when it's not in use. And the same at the bottom. Look. So good. I'm probably going to smack into an asteroid. All right. How do we VHRT in this thing? Super simple. We're going to put power to our forward shields because that 25 shield will get minced when you're dealing with Hurricanes, Valkyries. Valkyries not so much. Hurricanes is a bit more tricky with the ship if you don't have certain tactics. Warden's easy peasy. Only multiple Valkyries will cause you problems with VHRTs with this. So 8 on our number keypad to put power to the shields. And again, the shields recharge a bit slower in this as well. They can overheat quite quickly as well. But if you manage all that, let's take the quantum jump off. You're going to have no problem doing VHRTs in this. You're going to have actually a lot of fun just going from asteroid belt to asteroid belt and popping everything. I'm going in nice and slow, but I recommend, especially in this ship, like the 600i, do not cruise at full speed in to the fight with this. We don't need to slow up as much as we did with the 600i. If you've watched that video, link above if you haven't. Around 400 to 480 is a nice speed. You'll add a couple of minutes to your kill time. That's fine. You're going to be getting 20,000 if you've got your certifications for your VHRT missions up and your rep up. You're going to be getting 20,000 every 5 to 7 minutes. You're going to be averaging at 100 to 200,000 credits every hour. So let's see. T to target. What have we got? We've got a Hurricane. We've got a Warden. I'm going to take the cruise control off. And we've got what's below it? 2 Wardens and a Hurricane. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So with this ship, I'm on gimbaled. The trick is, again, this is a bigger ship. We don't want to dance with targets. We can dance with the sort of last target or two. We don't want to dance with Hurricanes. We want to kill them quick. But we'll just see which ship. I've stopped altogether. Right? I don't care. I've got full power to my forward shields. I'm going to hit F5 or hold it to get full power to my weapons. They're going up to 169 clip. We've got the Warden blapping us with its size 5 cannon. So that can hurt a bit. We've gone down to 37. With the Hurricane coming in, so I'm going to forget the Warden. T-target onto the Hurricane. Reverse thrust a little bit so he doesn't zip past us. And watch this. Come on, boom, dead. Now the Warden was going to dance a little bit, but that's fine. We've got rid of the biggest threat. We're just going to reverse thrust a little bit. Again, just be conscious of asteroids. Don't reverse back too quickly. The gimbals are doing their job. I don't really need to think about it too much. Boom. Another one dead. That's 22,000 made in just a matter of seconds in terms of our engagement. We're rolling around a little bit. You can use your boost just to move the nose a bit quicker. Put a desync there, and he's now dead. He's basically dead. Gimbals sometimes don't connect the hits. Boom. Can a Constellation Andromeda, I'm going to call it all sorts of things over the next episode. Can it bounty hunt? Can the Andromeda? The Andromeda? Yes, it can. And you're going to have fun doing it. So there's some efficiencies to be had here. Get our boost back, perhaps while we're fighting, because we've got such big clips. So that moving the nose in this thing is a problem. Because you do have to stay on target longer with the size 4s than necessarily with the 600i size 5s. Especially because the 600i size 5s are cannons. Now, upgrading, you might want to change these weapons to 2 size 5 cannons, 2 size 4 cannons. You can. You will be absolutely fine using the stock loadout in this ship. Let's do another VHRT and talk about, the cost and how you can get into a Constellation Andromeda using in-game credits only. And let's see if we get an atmospheric, which is what this is probably going to be, because we're going to chillin. My tongue is exceptionally thick today and flopping all around my mouth. So, spooling, I'm trying to find on my little list here of all the ships that I just salivate over. Andromeda. Constellation. Where are you? There we go. Now, this ship, which has the these struts in front of us. I've flown it for so long, I've got used to it, but it still passively, power back the shields to get those shields up, it still passively pisses me off. So I believe it is the Aquila that they fixed that. And I've heard it tell that the weapons, shielding, and armaments are the... oh no, this is a space station one, okay. But the weapons, shielding, and armaments are the same across the constellation Andromeda, Aquila, Phoenix, and the Taurus. It's the cargo size and interior design that's different. So I am led to believe. But this is new waffle. We're not here for facts. We're here for what you might experience if you buy the game and jump into the ship for the first time. So, do a bit of research. I might do some more research into the series. I might fly the other ships. I've never flown an Aquila, a Phoenix, or a Taurus. But I love the Phoenix because the Phoenix is... it's the pretty version, right? So we saw the 600 eyes, you know, all the bells and whistles, all the marble, the mahogany, the... I can't think of any other fancy words, but the things, the prettiness inside. Well, you've seen as we quickly ran about this ship, it's steel, it's pipes, it's cables. It isn't as pretty, but the Phoenix version of this, I think, has a friggin' hot tub inside it. And you can buy that ship in-game for 5.7 million. This ship is 3.6 million, rounded up. But if they haven't changed it, you can rent this ship. You can rent this ship, as he's getting shot at, for about 80,000 a day. Now, that is if you've got your VHRTs unlocked and you've got your rep up, taking cruise control off, putting power to weapons. If you've got all that stuff up, 2, 4, 6, well, that's 4 bounties. So that's an hour's work. You've paid the rent for this thing. If you're on for a good session in the evening, you've had your din-dins, you know what I mean? You've put the kids to bed, you put yourself to bed, whatever you've done. Oh, he nearly crashed into us. You know, if you're on from like 6 to 10, 4 hours, you make 100,000 to pay off your rent, so that's 1 hour. But as I said, you could average out easily in this thing at 150 to 200, no problem. I'm not even like thinking what I'm doing when I'm talking to you. We'll do a proper detailed talk through of the tactics and how I feel about this ship. But I'll tell you how I feel. It's just bloody awesome to do bounties in. You're going to have no problems whatsoever. So your first hour to pay your rent. And then even if you want to play for 2 hours, there's 100,000 for hour 2. If you're being really efficient and like perhaps only killing the bounty target and bugging out, not killing these extra guys. I just like killing them for the practice and for the extra couple of grand that they give you. You know, who's this? Buccaneer. I'll talk about Buccaneers in this because they are trickier. I'm thrusting back using boost to just turn the nose, and he's dead. He's dead. 1 hour to pay for your rent, right? So even if I've got that wrong, let me double check. So Constellation Andromeda, it's saying to me here 70,000 to rent it from Hurston Arcorp. It's a bit more expensive to rent it from New Babbage by you. That's odd. It's 88,000. Let's say 100. Let's just round it up. Because you don't have to change anything on this. You go out on this in stock. So you're not worrying about it blowing up and like potentially losing upgrades or weapons or resetting your account and having to pay those again. You take this thing out stock. And when you reset your account, I thought in 3.16 you might lose your ships. Because my ships weren't there, but I left it like a day and they were back again. By the way, this thing is damaged. I was taking it out last night for the Ninetails. So we've got damage on it. Over here, we've got damage on the bottom turret panel by the looks of it. One of the guns, maybe? Something like that. I'm not worried. This thing can also take a beating. There's a really cool feature of it. If you take a beating and your ship is damaged, but not blown up. An awesome feature which I used the other night. Unfortunately, I didn't record it. But for the 5th time, 1 hour you pay the rent. You play another hour. There's, I'm going to say it, 150,000 UEC. If you're really efficient and you don't waffle. Even if you're a noob, but you don't have the waffle part, like I'm demonstrating, 150,000, right? Profit. So that means over a course of 8 days, playing 2 hours, renting the ship, you've earned $1 million. Right? You're going to earn more than that because you're not going to play for 2 hours. No one plays Star Citizen for 2 hours. I don't. Maybe you do, but you're gonna. Maybe I do too sometimes, but I'll finish whatever I'm doing. I'll come back. I'll do another 3 hours. But let's just say you play it for 2 hours a night, right? 8 days. That's going to be $1 million. Even paying your rent at 2 hours a day. Let's lowball it. 4 weeks. 1 month. Playing 2 hours, that's all. It's 2 hours. So if you have a big session at the weekend, you're going to be able to afford to buy the ship in game. I've played this game since a long time. Since patch 3.12. Not as long as the folks have been doing it for years, but for me that's a long time. It's a couple of years. Playing it on and off. I quit it for a long time. Quit it for like a year. I've only seen ships being wiped once. And that was this year. They could change that model. They could start wiping, 2 or 3 times a year, like Tarkov and other games do. But I've only seen a ship wipe once. So investing the time, to get this ship, it may feel like a lot, but I'm only quoting you 2 hours a night. You do 4 hours, you're doubling that. You're cutting the time down. You can own the ship, and then it's yours. And you can upgrade it. You get paints for it. You do whatever you want for it. Okay? And this ship has had such a bad history because of the swish shish. The shield holes. The docking coming in for the snub. I'm tickling your earbuds there. Yes, this has a little fighter, which we're going to finish the video off and having a look at. It's had issues with that. Some people think it's ugly. It's sci-fi, man. It's not meant to be pristine, although, remember the Phoenix? It's meant to have bits sticking out and asymmetry here and there. That's sci-fi. It's meant to have cables running across the deck, which it does. And equally, once you get this bought, you can do so much else with it. If you really want to, you can do box running. But with the Andromeda, you can ferry cargo. I actually don't know how much space is in it. 96 storage capacity or something like that. But you can keep your armor on it when you're fighting, doing first-person shooter missions, FPS missions on the planets. You can multi-crew this. You can take friends out and have so much fun with the turrets. Top tip, on your own, taking out an ERT, which is hammerheads, that's very tricky. You would have to have a lot of practice on the power management system, on maneuvering with this thing, even though it doesn't. But, if you get really good with this thing, you can take out ERTs. And I'm not counting missiles. I'm not counting the things that run out. We're going to look at missiles now in a second. But if you have 2 people in both those turrets, you're doing hammerheads all day long. No problem. 30,000 each kill. Not a problem. Because the DPS is massive. Even though the turrets are only 2 size 2s, 2 turrets, 4 size 2s, plus 4 size 4s. Yeah, you're going to have no problem. So, it's not a starter ship. We've looked at one starter ship so far, Titan Avenger. We're going to look at the Mustang. But if you play for 3 or 4 hours a day, you could be flying this in a week or 2. No problem. And if you want to give yourself a treat and you do want to support this game, you could pick definitely a worse ship to upgrade into. If you are like I was, and I'm no longer, but if you say to yourself, I'm going to buy one ship, I'm going to go past the upgrade. But you don't have to. You can buy it in game. 2 or 3 weeks is not a long time. And then you have it months or years before the next wipe. But let's say you do. This is a great solo ship. It rolls like a bus. It maneuvers like a tree. And it feels like a home. Yes, CIG. I will happily do your sponsorships. The next RSI commercial for the Andromeda. And I have hated this thing. I've had the wings bug out for me in other patches where I was missing a whole nacelle. I was missing the top right one. If these nacelles go, your guns are on them. You're down DPS. Just don't get hit. People fly this thing around like a fighter. Don't do that. Work your power management on your shields. And I'm not, like, in other videos, I'm talking all about the tactics. I will do more VRT, I promise. I'll talk about the tactics. But I'm selling you on the ship. Yes, this can bounty hunt. Yes, it can do very high-risk target missions. Yes, this can earn you millions of UBC credits. Yes, it can deal with every ship in the game. PvE NPC. PvP. Competent Gladius is going to be on your arse and he's going to blow you up. I've had it done. I've had a friendly Gladius, didn't shoot me once, but just stayed behind me. Just stayed right here in the caboose. And I was moving and thrusting and twirling. He was just pointing there. He was dominating me. He was T-posing me in his ship. Going, I could take you if I wanted. And I was exhilarated by that fact. So, another VHRT bounty. And then what we'll do is we'll bring it in and we'll have a look at the snub docking. Because this is the first ship that has that feature. We've got ships that have hangars. The Carrack, the 890. You can squeeze a Pisces into a C2, M2, and A2. Hercules. Where are we going? What's happening here? You ever have that? Like, I was pulling the stick up and just did not want to respond. But as far as oh, we have a little friend. Hang on. Hello. Hello. Oh, shit. I got someone has bugged out of their ship. Oh, we'll let them be. But this ship is the first one that has like a docked dedicated transport. So it's not sitting loose in a hangar, it actually docks in. And there was issues with that. There still is a few bugs with that. I've come across two bugs. When you're leaving the Andromeda, I don't know why our camera is like this. There we come on. Oh, it's because I'm target locked onto the Vanguard, which, funnily enough, is the ship we're going to look at next for Canid Bounty Hunt. But when you're undocking from the Connie Andromeda in the snub fighter, and I don't know if you get the snub fighter when you buy the ship in game. I'm, for my sins, bought this with my own bucks, and I never regret it. Even with all the years of pain, it's paying off. I love this ship, and I hate it at the same time. So yeah, new waffle. We're talking about docking with a ship is another interesting experience. Let's talk a little bit of tactics going into an atmospheric fight. Now, more than ever, we don't want to rush in. We're adding a few minutes kill time. It's absolutely fine. We can deal with this. I've taken the power off the forward shields because these shields tend to heat, and I don't know if heat does damage, but I don't want to push it too far. So now we're getting into the fight. I'm going to hit 8 on my keyboard. Power to shields is already there, so that will be F7. I'm just going to go in nice and slow. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. We've got a Valkyrie. We've got a Warden. And we have another Valkyrie. This is ease. Ease for the Andromeda. No problem. Absolutely not sweating. So let's middle mouse click and take a look at our missiles. We have marksman 1s, right click, strike force 2s. So we'll use the 1s, hit G to add more. We can have 4 lined up at once. I'm hitting H to deploy countermeasures and strength boosting. That didn't hit us, which is good. 4 marksman 1s lined up. Boom. Out they go. That's so good, even though missiles are shit at the minute. Look, and they shoot out of these. We have to fight in the light. See these wee like arms that open up? We're getting hit by the warden. I don't even know if those... I don't think those missiles hit. So I'm middle-clicking back to our guns, targeting the warden, letting rip. Letting rip with the size 4 guns. 4 of them reverse thrusting back, and he's dead. Reverse thrusting back onto the Valkyrie, letting rip with the size 4s. I don't think any of our missiles hit. The missiles are a bit balls at the minute, so I don't really talk about them a lot. And some people might be, oh, one of the big things about the Connie is all its missiles. And yeah, okay, it has shit tons of missiles. If we had a bit of light, you can see, like, watch the top, right? This is so cool. See when you actually... I love the ships that when you, like, power weapons on, like the Hercules, they come out of, like, little panels and stuff. That stuff is so cool. I wish they do that for the Andromeda. That the guns at the top here, you can see them when I shoot. Maybe they came out of, like, a little hidden compartment. But watch what happens when I turn on the missiles. It's shit like that. It's so cool. So you've got those launchers there. That's why we can shoot 4 of them. And you have the launchers on the side for the different size missiles. And then let's actually get close enough. And we'll see what that looks like when we fire missiles. This is a Valkyrie. Missiles are balls. That's why, and again, missiles run out, even though it takes a lot to run out in this ship. But I don't really talk about them in Noob Waffle Can You Bounty Hunt VHRT in this series because, you know, the idea is that you stay out here for a 2-hour, 3, 4, 5-hour session and make a shit ton of money and not have to return to the station too much. Oh, that's so good! So the size ones come out of those side arms. Let's load up, right-clicking, by the way, to change your missile types and tapping G to load up 4 of them. Let's see the size 2s. I can just end the video now. Do you need to know anymore? Oh, shit, we're wrecking him with missiles. Let's kill him with missiles. Come on, come on, come on, come on, size 2s. Bam! Always stop when you're firing missiles out of this thing. Don't fly and fire missiles. Oh, yes! Very rare missile kills. I don't use the missiles. Maybe I should. That was a lot of fun. And it looked awesome. Power back the engines to get a boost back. Shields. Fine. Hull damage. This was already damaged. Fine. Quantum and hydrogen. Fine. Quantum is slow as shit for crossing the system. But we're just bouncing across bounties inside the Crusader area, which is easy. Let's do one final one, and then we'll take a look at the snub. This has been the easiest video to make about, you know, if I'm convincing you that any noob like myself can fly a Constellation Andromeda and have fun bounty hunting NPCs. It's easy. It's easy. Now, it's slow, and this will piss you off if you try and dogfight in this ship. Oh yeah, you're going to get annoyed. You're going to get raging because you won't be able to bring the nose in quick enough. You don't need to. Add a few minutes to your kill time. Stop up, let them come to you. Reinforce your forward shields. Practice quickly switching targets with T. Hey, we've got another friend over here. Is it the same guy as before? Hello? Oh. It is. Hey, buddy. Oh, look at that. That's actually a pretty cool shot. It's just because we've got our cruise control on. We're circling him. Goodbye, Vanguard. But if you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, even trying to put my nose against that Vanguard was forget. I wasn't wasting boost on it. So when you get into sticky situations with this thing, Connie, well, I don't know about the others, but again, assuming the Phoenix and everything, the only difference is the interiors and maybe missile loadouts or counts. Connie's come into trouble when they're being swarmed, like any medium to large ship. Unless you've got turrets, then you're laughing, because you can put pressure on these smaller ships, keeping their shield down, unless they disengage, and if they disengage, you have time to get your shields up. But if you know how to manage your power triangle, boost up your weapons when they need, switch back to shields, roll your belly if you've got a weaker shield front that's damaged, keep your boost up at all times. The only way you're going to keep targets, and I'm going to go in this time to show you that. I'm not going to. I'm going to go into the middle of them. This is atmospheric, and I'm going to show you a more stressful fight, because if you follow the tips, you don't need to worry about any of that. You can be a super noob who does no power triangle. And if you just walk in nice and slow, the only thing you need to know to do is press S on your keyboard to go back, maybe holding shift, and press T to target between the targets, and then left click. That's all you need to do. And you're earning 20,000 once your reps up every 5 to 10 minutes. So this time, we're going to make it more difficult for ourselves. So I'm going to go in with full power to engines. Okay? Because I know, and I'm going to scroll up, I know we're going to need our boost a lot. But I'm going to have to manage my power triangle as well as pitching and rolling and banking. I'm going to need to put it back to weapons when I'm down. I'm not going to hit them. I'm going to go right in, turn, and then we're going to fight in and around them. What have we got? A Valkyrie. I kind of wanted a Hurricane just to show you how tricky this can be. A Buccaneer won't do much damage, but it'll be hard to kill. 2 Buccaneers. Okay, so we're going right in, which you never do. You never do this. We're going right in, taking cruise control off, and then we're just going to bank around. All right, so Q to roll it. Got a bit of atmosphere here, banking around, taking off the cruise control. Now, my shields are overheating, so I want it to be even more of a difficult fight. Let's say you forgot to put power to your forward shields. 5 power back to shields to get that overheating situation on. All right. Closest target is our actual target, a Valkyrie. So, banking, I'm holding shift to bring the nose around and A to strafe. We're taking ballistic fire from the buck. Actually, that should be our target because that buck is easy to kill, but the ballistic fire is penetrating our shields. Remember, you do not want to take hull damage. Hull damage persists. It does not recharge when you're out in the belt making money. So those bucks need to go down. Shift, reverse, T target, power back to engines because we're going to need that boost in a moment. Look, the buck is just circling us. Roll, shift to get the nose where we want it to be. Shoot, weapons are fine. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Let the boost. We don't need the boosters yet. Let it reload. Let it recharge. The gimbals have a bit, quite a big bit of a problem. A big old bit. The tongue is increasing its size in my mouth. It's a big old tongue. You're going to have... What the hell was I talking about? You're going to have problems with bucks. That's what I'm talking about. The gimbals don't do too well against smaller ships. Now we're taking lots of... Well, not lots, but we're taking some hull damage. If you look at the top left, you can just about see that his ballistics are penetrating our shield. We don't want hull damage because eventually we'll have to go and repair. Shift, back, S... And now we've got him. Watch that altitude. We're gonna die. 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 700 meters. We were thrusting back into the surface of the planet, but because we were thrusting backwards, the Connie's rear engines are more powerful than its forward engines, so we were able to counteract that. But I had all the faith. We weren't going to die. It's absolutely fine. We got power on our. Now it's easy. We've got a Miss Freelancer. We've lost the engine overheat warning, so power back to our forward shields by clicking 8 on the keyboard. Hold down F7 to get the shields back up. So much so that he's shooting at us. I don't care. It's no problem. No problem whatsoever. Just let him float around a bit. So now we'll go and take him out. Don't care if the shields are damaged, my friend, because look at this. It's all got quite relaxing very, very quickly. And he's dead. There's 1,000 credits for scratching our arse. And it overrolls like any big ship. That's me holding down Q to bring it back the other way. So if you're going to play, fly this thing like some sort of starfighter, it's not going to work very well. But we're going to finish off with just showing you the snub fighter as a little bonus round. And if you want to jump off now, that's fair enough, but I hope you stick around because this last bit is just so cool. Thank you and please come again. Good. We're not going to get any issues with lining up with this Andromeda. Here's the first thing you need to do to dock your snub, or any snub, with your Andromeda. Target it with T. And go slow. That's really the only 2 bits that you need to know. Stay away from the rings of death. They don't like us. I swear to all that is holy. Right, we are away. Our wings, like nothing slows. We're good? We're good. All right. Slower down. Slower way down. Get close to the derriere of the Andromeda. And then tap N for November. All right. That basically gives us... we're not close enough. Let's try it again. So we need to... Hang on. I wasn't close enough. So I'm going to Alt-T to disengage. I'm going to hit N to get the landing gear where it's meant to be. Then target for T. Get close before you hit N for November. N for November. Request to dock activated. So we have 3 things to look out for. The white and red dot in the middle, the white dot, the bottom right quadrant, and this square. Scroll your thruster all the way down and come in nice and slow. Let's do this authentically. I've never tried a battle docking. If you need to battle at speed, we could do a video on that. So all we're trying to do here is we're trying to line the dot up in the center. And then with the square, we want the red bits at the top and bottom. The left and right are fine. Red bits at the top and bottom to go green. We're just going to nudge it forward a little bit. Everything there is green. And then we should be able to bring it up. Adjust rotation. Rotation is that bottom one. See, bottom right. I don't think I can rotate it soft enough to, you know, like gently enough. 0.1 I'll have to do them. Now, at this point, I could probably force this thing in. But you can just hold down N to dock. So let's do that. Oh, adjust rotation. I'm going to hold down N. Auto docking path obstructed. There we go. I went down a wee bit, just held in. I think we probably had it. Look at this. That's so cool. That's space, man. That's sci-fi. Look, we've joined the mothership. How awesome is that? Power down this ship with U on your keyboard. Hold Y to get out of the cockpit. We're climbing out of it. There's our little ship. And now we are inside, oops, with the crotch shot, our constellation. I can't get the camera. Hello. Andromeda. I'm Brew Crick. You can call me Brew. This has been Noob Waffle, Star Citizen, and Can It Bounty Hunt with the constellation Andromeda? Yes, it can. Look into my leathery eyes. Thank you for watching.